Hello, everybody, and welcome to Moody Park for Game 2 of our doubleheader here between the Trenton Generals and the South Jersey Kings. Now, after Game 1, where the Generals took it thanks to 6 unanswered runs after trailing 3-1 early in the contest, as Jordan Raba gets things going with a fly out to left, the Generals pushed their record to 12, 14, and 2. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, the South Jersey Kings fell to 13, 16, and 1, and that makes this Game 2 a win or go home for both of these teams fighting for the last playoff spot in the Southern Division of the ECCBL. Next pitch to Inzilla is up high and out of the zone. The Generals started off this season strongly. We're toe-to-toe with the Mercer Mammoths in the top of the Southern Division for a couple weeks, but fell off around the middle of the season and had a slow get back from the All-Star break, and have now somewhat found their footing here late in the season. On the other side of things, the South Jersey Kings always kind of hovering around in that second or third spot in the Southern Division, but just like the other teams in this division have kind of fallen down a little bit recently. A couple of tough results here and there as the Mercer Mammoths have run away with the South. And a late season surge from the Trenton Capitals have put these two teams on the brink of elimination. It's win or go home as the 2-2 pitch is grounded up the middle of the infield by Anzilla, and it gets to the outfield grass. The rain is falling here at Moody. It's not falling hard, but it is coming down from the sky. As Inzilla reaches on the ground ball to center field. And that'll bring up Eric Hartman, the right fielder. The 0-0 count with Hartman. Inzilla's going to take off. He fires the throw down to second base, not in time. Anzilla's in there smoothly. It is Connor Woodson on the mound for the Trenton Generals. The lefty has appeared 5 times before this in the ECCBL. He's gone as many as 7 innings. He's gone as few as 2/3. He has 3 starts and a 1-0 record, as that one is outside to even the count up at 1. He's given up 13 hits across those appearances and just 4 earned runs, but has just 6 strikeouts, a ground ball guy, as that one's a called strike on the outside corner. So a runner on second early doors for the Kings here, as Woodson squares off with Hartman. Started Game 1 and Game 2 in right field, the 1-2. Poked the other way and foul. One, 2 to Hartman. Anzilla on second. That one's in the dirt. It'll even this count up at 2. Connor Woodson, product of Penn State Abington, just like some of his teammates on the Generals, going into his junior year up there. This one's chopped back over his head to second base, gloved by Tomasetto. He'll turn fire across the diamond, risky throw, and not in time, as it'll be a base hit for Hartman to put runners in the corners in the top of the first in this must-win game for both sides.
Number 8, the DH, Jack Fitzpatrick.
So Jack Fitzpatrick, who started Game 1 behind the dish, will step up to the box here in Game 2. The 2-2, excuse me, rather the pitch to open the at-bat is a called strike. Next pitch to Fitzpatrick, fouled back. Fitzpatrick, an all-star this year in the ECCBL, Hartford Community College sophomore. Still hitting over 300. Been a reliable middle-of-the-order right-handed bat. A 2-1 count to him now. Woodson's pitch in the dirt. Runner's going to go to second. There will be no throw down. As Henry Ayers, the Middlebury commit, is behind the dish for the Trenton Generals. Three-one count on the way from Woodson. Inside, and the bases will be loaded, or excuse me, rather, was not 3-1. 2-2 count now. 2-2 count here. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and Woodson got him. Pumps his left fist as he picks up a big second out here in the top of the first.
Number 11, second baseman, Andrew Pedrick.
This will bring up Andrew Pedrick, the second baseman. Pedrick, another all-star, fouls the first pitch into the parking lot. Hitting .300 this year. Went 0 for 4, though, in game one of this doubleheader. Not the kind of output that head coach Tyler Kimmick wants from the middle of his order. The 0-1. Outside, plucked by Ayers nicely. So runners on second and third here. 1-1. Fouled away again. One-two count on the way. This one's grounded to second, coming on gloved by Tomasetto. He'll turn, pump, and fire over to first. And the side is retired. Jam escaped by Connor Woodson. He ends up with 2 runners on scoring position and 2 outs, but ultimately gets out of the frame scoreless despite the 2 hits. It's Kings 0, Generals 0 as we go to the bottom of the first. So it will be Jack Ploppert to lead things off for the Generals in the bottom of the first. They got out of that first inning jam. This pitch is up high to get things going. The 1-0. Inside again. So it's a 2-0 count. It's Tommy Kohler on the mound, as his next pitch is again inside. So struggling for command, at least initially. It'll be a 3-0 count. He's only gone as far as 6 innings, which he did exactly 1 week ago against Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He's been a starter for the Kings all season. As his 4th pitch will walk Ploppert. So 4 subsequent balls for Tommy Kohler. And just like the Kings in the top of the frame, the Generals have one aboard in the bottom. Kohler 1-1 in terms of his record, but has given up just 4 earned runs across his 6 starts. This his 7th of the year. That time misses again. So it's ball 1. Check swing. Got the outside corner. Kohler, a Mount Laurel, New Jersey native, over there at TCNJ right now. Didn't appear in his game his sophomore season. He's going into his junior year there. Check swing, didn't go. Throw down to second on the tag is in time. He got him. So Ploppert has a leadoff walk, but is gunned down by Enzilla on the base paths. And now the bases are empty with 1 away in the bottom of the 1st. Pretty aggressive call to send him that early. Well, I guess wanted to test out what they had against Enzilla, and Enzilla made them pay. Kohler's next offering is popped up. Moving in is Pedrick, and he will let it drop and then fire to first to retire Sestawicki. Might not have been a purposeful letting it drop, but just didn't get there in time. Coach Coryell not too pleased with Sestawicki's running down the line. I think Sestawicki thought that ball was popped up a lot higher than it actually was.
Number 36.
2-way in the bottom of the 1st. With Tomasetto coming up. Yeah, well. Upstairs, it'll be 1-0. 1-0. Lined up the middle. Raba just freezes in position, takes 2 steps back, and watches it fall into his glove. So when after an early blip, the Kings get through the bottom of the 1st in smooth subsequent fashion. Only 3 batters faced, no runs, no hits, no errors, no men left, and we're not at 0 heading into the 2nd. Don't go anywhere on Jersey Baseball Nation.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital X-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
Number 17, Brent Williams.
It'll be Brent Williams leading things off for the Kings after they load the bases in the 1st, but come up empty. Excuse me, rather not load the bases, get 2 runners on, but come up empty. As they look to strike first in this winner-go-home battle between Two teams here clinging to the bottom of the Southern Division. The Generals 12-14-2, the Kings 13-16-1. As Woodson's next offering skips into the dirt and makes this a 2-1 count. 2-1. Popped up. Coming on is Cano Pizzell. He sees it, gloves it, and that's out number 1.
Number 24, first baseman Enrico Tefano.
That's one point. I didn't argue with him. I talked to Red about it afterwards. That's one.
This one hit high and hard by Tufano, but not very deep. Hanging in left field and making the catch is Bischoff. 2 away.
Number 7, left fielder Austin Buchanan.
And two, with the chaos, it's not like everybody knew where everybody else was going. There were teams dropping out like at the last second. And so somebody else got to go in.
So Woodson moving through the second with a much more rapid pace than he had in the first. Graduate of Archbishop Wood, a member of the PCL, Philadelphia Catholic League. Check swing there on a ball in the dirt. It'll make this a 1-1 count. Wood produced a lot of good basketball, football players. Most recently, Jalil Bethea, 5-star prospect, went down to Miami before transferring. He is now at Alabama. Might be featured in some NBA courts soon. Woodson's pitch. Swing and a miss by Buchanan will even the count up at 2. Woodson steps. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch fouled, no, rather popped in foul territory. Moving over, there's Ayers. He locates it and gloves it in, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Connor Woodson as the Penn State Abington Jr. settles in. And the bats of the Trenton Generals, usually the strong point of the team clad in orange, will come up in an attempt to break the deadlock at 0 and snatch the lead. Coming up for the Generals, it will be Ayers, Cano Pizzell, and Incalingo, perhaps the heart and the meat of that lineup. We'll be right back with you after this. Henry Ayers is going to get things going for the Generals. He was one of their strongest average hitters for a lot of this season, but it's gotten kind of cold recently since his walk-off. Swings the first pitch, grounds it to second. Trouble handling the ball. The throw to first is in time. And Ayers can't seem to catch a break right now as he's retired to get things going in the bottom of the second.
Number 25,
This will bring up first baseman Thomas Cano Pizzell, who has really split his action between first base and left field a lot this season. But with Bischoff kind of flashing the leather a lot in recent appearances out there in left, Canopizel has found his way over to first base more often. As he stares down Kohler, whose 13th pitch of the game is a called strike to make this a 1-1 count. One on the way. Catches the inside corner. It's 1-2. Canopizel standing tall, hitting over 300 so far this season. Heading into his junior season at Shippensburg University. One of the few PA guys on this Generals roster. You got some Penn State Abington guys like Inkalingo, who's about to come up right after him, and like Woodson, the pitcher. But for the most part, Jersey representation on the Trenton Generals. As Kohler's next pitch can't find the zone. So it's a full count. 3-2 on the way. Upstairs, ball 4, and for the second straight inning, General is walked as Canopizel will jog his way down the line and arrive at first base.
Number 27, right fielder, Donato Inkalingo.
This will bring up Donato Inkalingo, who checks the first pitch and fouls it off, kind of freezes solid there, thinking, man, that thing was so far inside, I fouled it on a check swing and it hit my barrel. So Inkalingo, the right-handed batter's box, has 6 home runs on the year, and watches that one skip into the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 count. This is tied for the second most in a season by a Generals hitter ever in the history of the team. But he hasn't hit one in a couple games, so you might think he's due. The 1-1. This one's ripped into left field. It'll get down for a base hit. And Canopizel will hustle his way over to second to put runners, 2 of them, on base with 1 gone in the bottom of the second as the Generals get their first hit of the afternoon.
Number 14, third baseman, Landon Hallett.
So after a discussion with his head coach, who also coaches third base when the team's hitting, Landon Hallett will make his way to the plate. Recent graduate of Pennington High School, started a handful of games here down the stretch in the hot corner for Coach Mike Coryell and the Trenton Generals. And he's made his fair share of strong plays in the field. He's trying to catch up with his bat. The 0-0. Squares to bunt, pulls back, ball 1. Hitting .219 on the summer. Average has been dropping. Just 1 hit in his last 3 games, as that one's a called strike. To even this count up at 1. Committed to Franklin and Marshall out of Pennington High School. Hit .394 there his senior year. 1-1 to him. Swing and a ground ball to third. It'll get into the outfield. Canopizel going to wheel at third and hit the brakes. Due to the instruction of Coach Mike Coryell, as the bases are loaded for Alex Bischoff in the bottom of the second.
Number 34, left fielder, Alex Bischoff.
And for a lineup that's been as good all year as the Trenton Generals have been, Alex Bischoff really has yet to find his swinging stride so far this summer. But a big spot for him here. Kohler's pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Bischoff hitting just .111 on the summer. He's got 6 hits all year. Faces an 0-1 count. Grounds this one up the middle. It'll be gloved on second. This could be two. Stepping on the bag, firing to first, not in time. So a run will score. Pedrick gets Hallett out at second, but the Generals strike first in this winner-go-home game at Moody Park and take a 1-0 lead off a fielder's choice from Alex Bischoff. There is 2 away in the bottom of the second here. Timmy Martinez coming up. Another guy, much like Bischoff, just kind of struggling from the plate so far this summer. Was committed to St. Peter's, flipped his commitment, and is now heading to southern New Hampshire. Hails from Perkasie, Pennsylvania. Runner goes from first to second. Inzilla pumps the throw in an attempt to get in Kalingo to jump, but ultimately won't give Bischoff much resistance as the left fielder scoots into second base for the steal. Or rather, maybe just the defensive indifference and some gamesmanship. The 1-1 outside. 2-1.
No, they just chose not to because they didn't want the runner coming. I agree. I totally agree. Defensive indifference, you didn't even get out of the stand. Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree.
2-1 from Kohler on the way. Misses low. So it'll be 3-1. A hitter's count here for Martinez. He's got 2 hits on the summer. Both of them coming in June in back-to-back games on the 25th and the 28th. He's in a big spot here as he takes that pitch for a called strike. The count is full. You got to think Kohler, knowing what Martinez has and also hasn't done this summer, could be challenging him with a fastball here. The 3-2. Outside, he missed his spot, and Martinez is walked. So the bases are loaded again as the lineup card flips over, and up comes the all-star and the center field starter for the Trenton Generals, Jack Ploppert.
Center fielder Jack Ploppert.
And into his sophomore season at Eckerd College. All the way down there in Tampa. Watches the first pitch and fouls it back to go behind in the count 0-1. Ploppert, like many South Jersey brethren on his team, and him being a PA guy, loves the Phillies. Big fan of Bryce Harper as he sees the 0-1 snap in for a called strike. Harper went yard twice last night. I'm sure Ploppert is wishing more than anything he could do the same thing that his favorite player did. The 0-2. Hit high and foul. Out in front of that one in a big way was Ploppert. He yanked it hard down that left field line. Two strikes, 2 outs. No balls. The pitch. Fouled away. Smacks into the chain link fence. Shakes our camera, but hopefully keeps it pointed in a relatively good spot. Yeah, you know, I'll take that. All things considered. So Ploppert still at the plate and still down 0-2 in the count. Calls time to restrap his gloves. The bases are juiced for Jack Ploppert. Didn't play his freshman season at Eckerd College. I'm sure after this strong summer, he's trying to wedge himself into that lineup in some way. The 0-2. Swing and a liner to left field. Under it is Buchanan. He'll make the catch. And the side is retired. The Generals strike first, but can't capitalize too hard on loaded bases. They lead just 1-0 as we go to the top of the third here at Moody. And now a good time as ever to remind you that the ECCBL is sponsored in part by Northfield Bank, proudly serving local communities since 1887 with branch locations across Mercer and Hunterdon counties. Northfield offers simply free checking with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and no per-check charges. Northfield Bank customers also enjoy free online banking, mobile app access, and a free debit card for everyday purchases. For more information, please visit northfield.com or follow Northfield Bank on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Northfield Bank. We return to Moody Park with shortstop Ty Mercado leading things off for the Kings. He smacks that one high into the opposite field. Under it is Inkalingo, and he makes the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Connor Woodson, who after surrendering a couple of threatening base runners in the first inning, has torn through the second and now a third of the third with relative pace. As we get a towel out there to wipe down home plate. It was getting pretty hard to even see up here. With the on and off rain we've had all day, matting down some of the dirt. This will bring up Jordan Raba, the center fielder for the South Jersey Kings. He's been the leadoff man all summer as he takes the first pitch for a called strike. Raba might not show in the average as that one is lifted the opposite way, moving over his Bischoff, still hustling, and he lets it drop, can't get there in time. It seemed like he might have lost it a little bit in the sky as the shadows caused by, these gray clouds might make it difficult to locate the ball. But a base runner aboard in Jordan Raba. And this will bring up Inzilla, who had a base hit his first time up. As Woodson is throwing 35 pitches through 2 1/3. He's got a runner on first. Fouled back. Ayers kind of walking around and let his arm hang. Might have taken the ball off of his forearm. Just now noticing that Henry Ayers has a hole in the back of his pants. Hopefully somebody tells him about that sooner rather than later. Or maybe he knew it was there and these are his lucky pair of pants. But just over his left hamstring, there's a hole that perhaps was torn by catching gear one upon a time, but might want to hit up a seamstress about that one. 0-1 count to Inzilla, who is 1 for 1 today. Raba hops out to his lead on first. Woodson steps off. Had an intense staring match with Raba. Neither man wanting to budge or give an inch. As both now crack a light smile. The 0-1. Raba goes. The throw down by Ayers is not in time. As Raba makes his way to scoring position. One count. Swing and a miss. Sent Inzilla fishing on the outside. And Zilla came back with nothing but the bait he sent out. The 1-2. Way inside, rather. Kind of working Inzilla east-west here. Two count to Inzilla. Inside again. 3-2. Inzilla didn't make the All-Star team this summer. but is hitting over 300. Is committed to play at Wagner next year. Grounds this one to third. Glove nicely by Hallett. Looks back the runner. Fires across the diamond. Cano Bazell stretches, makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Number 1, right fielder, Eric Hartman.
So Eric Hartman will step into the box with a single, potentially plating a run given Rob his speed. He swings at the first pitch, lifts it into left, moving over his Bischoff, locates the ball, and makes the catch. And through 3, scoreless are the South Jersey Kings. They trail the Trenton Generals 0-1 as we go to the bottom of the third. Don't go anywhere. This is win or go home between these two teams. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital X-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
Shortstop, number 29, Justin Sestowicki.
Justin Sestowicki, the shortstop for the Trenton Generals, to kind of lead things off for them in the bottom of the third. He's had one of the better seasons of anybody in this already pretty strong lineup, and hits that one hard into left field. Going back as he can, he looks up, still looking, and he makes the catch over his shoulder. You didn't tell me Willie Mays played in the ECCBL. Alex Buchanan lets it fall into the breadbasket, and there is one away in the bottom of the third. What a play by the LaSalle commit. He tracked that thing the whole way and made the catch over his shoulder. The next pitch by Kohler inside. One count now. The next offering in the dirt. – 2-1 to Tomasetto. This one's grounded up the middle. There is Mercado. He gloves it, fires it, and taking his first baseman off the bag, but not too late for Tufano to tag Tomasetto, as Coach Coryell immediately has something to say. Just hollering the word no over and over again as he storms his way almost fully across the halfway point of the diamond. It looked like it was a close play over there on first.
Number 22, catcher.
It's hard for me to tell, but according to Coach Coryell, that was not the right call. 2 gone with the bases empty and stepping up to hit Tomasetto. Rather, Henry Ayers after Tomasetto was retired. Ayers head to Middlebury after his senior season at Seton Hall Prep, hitting the 450s his senior year, and has been one of the stronger hitters for the Generals this year. He was their leadoff hitter for multiple weeks at the catcher position. You don't see that often. Takes another pitch outside for ball 2. Kohler up to 42 pitches is 2-0. Hit the opposite way by Ayers. This one's lined up the middle, and Ayers is aboard. For such a strong hitter, it had been a while since he had gotten on base. He was 0 for his last 10. And he finally is aboard that one, is aboard here.
Number 25.
And this will bring up Thomas Cano-Pizzell, who had a home run in Game 1 of the doubleheader and has been a power bat out of that left field position all year. This one slapped the other way. It'll be down for a base hit. Ayers is going to dig into second and halt there as the Generals net multiple base runners for the 3rd inning in a row. And it's tough for Coach Coryell. You know, he's got to be happy with the 2 base runners he has, but
Number 27.
looking over at that first base call on Tomasetto, he's probably a little bit disappointed they couldn't have more. As we're going to get a mound visit. Just everybody in the South Jersey Kings infield coming in to chat things up with Tommy Kohler. Was Donato Incalingo coming up to bat.
I know it's not because he was in a game once when Matthew Giuliano was here. I thought he was. I don't think so. Let me look at their roster, but I don't think so.
So the visit.
That's what I thought. Only because I'm pretty sure there was a time where they were both of them were playing at the same time. That's fine. Because I know that Matt plays with him. Matt does play with him. Yeah.
So heading back onto the mound is Kohler. Facing off against Incalingo, who is 1 for 1 today. He's tied for 2nd all-time in home runs in a season by a Trenton General with 6. Pitch from Kohler, big swing and a miss from Incalingo there. Ayers on second, Cano-Pizzell on first. Kohler on the mound and Zilla behind the dish. Williams, Mercado, Pedrick, and Tufano go left to right in the infield for the South Jersey Kings, who trail 1-0 to the Generals here. And Kohler's 0-1 pitch. Swing and a drive to left field, hanging but moving in. Austin Buchanan moves under it and makes the catch. Kind of poked that one off the end of the bat was Incalingo. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left, and the Generals can't add on thanks to a web gem in left field by Austin Buchanan as we move to the top of the 4th at Moody in a win or go home regular season finale. Jack Fitzpatrick set to lead things off in the top of the fourth here for the South Jersey Kings. In search of their first run. The 0-1. Line sharply fouled for the second pitch in a row. And took a Moody pop over the fence and right towards the spectators sitting over there in their chairs. No fence high enough to outdo the Moody hop, seemingly. The 0-2. Upstairs, can't catch the top third of the zone. And it'll be 1-2. The Kings still in search of some runs. As this one is fouled away. Fitzpatrick 0 for 1 today, 349 on the season, though all-star for a reason. He's been a reliable middle-of-the-order bat really throughout the summer for head coach Tyler Kimmick. Faces a 1-2 count. Swinging another chopper foul. This one doesn't hop over the fence. Fitzpatrick, a Harford Community College sophomore from Sewell, New Jersey, where my New Jersey geography doesn't run super deep, but I believe Sewell closer to the south of the state. As he lines this one to the gap, this could get down for extra bases. At least gets down for one. Rounding first, digging in for second, Fitzpatrick. This is going to be close. Throw to second, not in time, and wasn't on line, as Bischoff was unable to gun down Fitzpatrick, who opens up the top of the fourth with a double and gives the Kings a runner in scoring position for the third time in 4 innings today. Andrew Pedrick, the second baseman, up to hit now. Another all-star in the middle of this order. Another Harford Community College sophomore. Stares down Woodson, squares to bunt, then pulls back. Pitch still catches the corner. Oh and 1. Another bunt square. This time laid down, this time foul. So Pedrick unsuccessful in his 2 bunt attempts. Faces an 0-2 count now against Woodson, who's up to 50 pitches. His 51st on the way. Outside. One and 2 the count. Woodson's pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. As Pedrick is retired for the first out of the inning.
Number 17, third baseman, Brent Williams.
And up to the dish now steps third baseman Brent Williams, who's been up and down at the plate all summer, heading into his sophomore season at Goldie Beacom. He's up to 232 right now, which is his highest average of the entire summer other than the first game when he was 333, but he fouls this one up, coming in right field, but rather ceding way to Tomasetto. The throw back to second, not in time. Two away.
Number 24, first baseman, Enrico Tofano.
So first baseman Enrico Tufano up to hit now. Another all-star. This one's hit high and hard into the gap. Moving over is Bischoff. He dives, can't make the catch. It's off his glove. Skitters in front of him in left field. He fires into second, but not before Fitzpatrick can make his way from second to home. And the South Jersey Kings have tied it at 1 in the top of the fourth. Another shot into the gap as the rain is falling again here at Moody. Austin Buchanan, who made that incredible over-the-shoulder catch earlier in this one. Up at the plate now. He's got Tufano on first. He's 0 for 1 today. 0 for 1 in this game, rather. Pitch is in there for a called strike. He went 0 for 3 today, over 3 earlier today, so he's 0 for 4 on July 19th. As his average is back down below 200, he's hitting 192 on the summer. The 0-1, yanked inside. 1-1. Buchanan from Delsea High School hit .316 in his senior spring there. 1-1 outside. Two 2-1 pitch. Ticked foul. Tufano on first. Not usually a threat on the base paths. He's stolen 3 bases, and he's been caught 3 times. 2-2 count to Buchanan as Woodson nears his 60th pitch. It'll be on the way after he kicks and fires right here. The 2-2. Fouled back. Two on the way. Swing and a pop-up. Coming on and calling for it is Hallett, still hustling, sees it, gloves it, and loses his lid. And the side is retired. 1 run, the equalizing run, as the Kings and the Generals are knotted at 1 through 3.5 here at Moody. We'll be back with you for the bottom of the 4th. Landon Hallett to lead things off for the Generals and get things going in the bottom of the 4th as the first pitch from Kohler scoots him back. You know, you couldn't tell by the lighting on the camera and really the light in the sky that it's 2:17 p.m. on a Saturday here. It's been gray and rainy all game and really all day as we're in Game 2 of the doubleheader between these two Southern Division rivals. Behind in the count, or rather ahead in the count, 2-0 is Hallett. The next pitch gets the corner, 2-1. Hallett 1 for 1 so far today in this Game 2. Kohler's 50th pitch is smacked to shortstop by Hallett. Mercado gloves it, fires it, and retires the first batter of the inning. There's one away. This will bring up Alex Bischoff as the rain has returned. It comes and goes in waves and bands. Seemingly every 5 minutes it's blowing from a different direction at a different rate. But the one constant has been the precipitation today and the grayness of the sky as Kohler fires into Bischoff and misses the outside corner. It'll be 1-0. It is worth noting that given the fact this is a 7-inning ball game, as the 1-1-1-0 is popped up, moving over is Pedrick and Tufano, but they're all called off as the sliding catch is made by Hartman. And I'm sure the moisture in the grass helped carry him the extra 6 feet. He kind of started 4 feet to the left of that white line, ended up sliding right over it into foul territory by the time he popped up. As Timmy Martinez, Southern New Hampshire commit, will step up. Has just 2 hits all summer. Also a big fan of Panda Express, as we learn between games. This time grounded right to Pedrick, gloves it, fires it, and not in time as Martinez will scoot his way over past the tag of Tufano, who was taken off the bag by Pedrick's throw. Probably a good thing he went for the bowl, not the platter from Panda Express. A couple extra inches, a little bit wider, and he might have been in trouble there. He was able to snake past the tag from Tufano. So Martinez takes his lead on first, and the lineup card flips over for Jack Ploppert, the all-star and center fielder for the Trenton Generals. Kohler's pitch right down the barrel. Oh, 1. Fouled the other way. Martinez taking out to a lead. The 0-2. Swing and a foul tip. Didn't matter. He got him. As the umpire has some problem with the way the Kings handle the ball between innings, but doesn't matter because we are between innings. Martinez snakes his way over onto first with 2 outs, but ultimately it doesn't matter as there are no runs on no hits with an error and 1 left for the Trenton Generals. It is still knotted at 1. We go to the top of the 5th of 7 here at Moody.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital x-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
Ty Mercado leading things off for the Kings in the 5th. Still on the mound is Woodson. He yanks his first pitch way inside. Almost grazes Mercado's knees. As we're going to get Andrew Brown heading back into the pen. This one lifted by Mercado into left field. Back is Bischoff, sees it through the raindrops and makes the catch. One away in the top of the 5th. Interesting to see Brown moving over back there in the bullpen. Came in to finish things off in the first game, but didn't hit that pitch limit that prevented him from being used for the second one. So Jordan Raba will step up, leadoff batter, and see the first pitch in the dirt for a 1-0 count. As the rain continues to fall at Moody, the 1-0. Line into right, still carrying, and Kalingo won't get there. It'll roll to the fence. Raba around first. He's digging in a second. Won't be a close play. He'll get there standing. And a stand-up double for Jordan Raba, having a strong day and maybe finally getting that weight off his shoulders in the leadoff spot. He's got 2 hits, both extra bases, and he's 2 for 3 today. This brings up Inzilla. Starting at catcher. He had a base hit his first time up. Hasn't slapped something since. But with 1 gone and a runner on second, the Kings trying to just break the deadlock and jump out to a lead. The 0-0. Up top. 1-0 to Inzilla. Over 300 hitter on the summer. Not an all-star, though. Big swing and a miss to even this count up at 1. Raba on second, hops to his lead, the 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2. One, two. Lifted into left. Bischoff coming on. Ball not that deep. Makes the catch. And there's your second out of the frame, which takes away any sacrifice opportunities.
Right fielder, Eric Hartman.
This will bring up Eric Hartman, the right fielder. Timeout from our Hope Lane umpire. He's going to get a new ball, wipe it off. And an intentional walk, rather, called. They're going to put Hartman over on first, I guess, to get a force out to third and second.
Number 8, the DH, Jack Fitzpatrick.
And they're going to bring up Jack Fitzpatrick. So in walking Hartman, as the first pitch to Fitzpatrick is low, in walking Hartman, they are bringing up an all-star, which is interesting, in Fitzpatrick, as he fouls that one back to even this count up at 1. Fitzpatrick is 1-2 so far today. Woodson's at 70 pitches. His 71st. Line to short and right into the glove of Sestawicki. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. Jordan Raba's double into the right field corner. Not enough to plate the lead-taking run for the South Jersey Kings. It's up to the bats of the Trenton Generals to maybe snatch it in the bottom of the 5th here at Moody Park. We'll be right back after we remind you that the ECCBL is sponsored in part by Northfield Bank. Proudly serving local communities since 1887 with branch locations across Mercer and Hunterdon counties. Northfield offers simply free checking with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and no per-check charges. Northfield Bank customers also enjoy free online banking, mobile app access, and a free debit card for everyday purchases. For more information, please visit northfield.com or follow Northfield Bank on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Northfield Bank. General shortstop Justin Sestawicki, who made the out to end the last inning, will lead it off for them in the bottom of the 5th as that first pitch pops into the dirt and then up and high as our box off the fence. After Sestawicki, it'll be Tomasetto and Ayers as you kind of run through the gauntlet of all-stars in the Generals lineup. As a team, they've put up the second most runs of any club in the ECCBL, behind the Mercer Mammoths. But the occasional base running issue, starting pitching blow up, and just the little things have prevented them from really taking a firm hold of a playoff spot, and that's put them in this winner-go-home situation. That's 3 straight balls to Sestawicki. Has the count at 3-0. As Kohler, another all-star, is on the bump, trying to get through the 5th inning. The 3-0. It'll be 3-1 to Kohler. The pitch. Misses high and outside. And Sestawicki
Second baseman Nick Tomasetto.
is 90 feet down the line over there at first base after the walk. This will bring up Tomasetto. Tomasetto committed to play at Seton Hall next year after 2 years at Rutgers, New Brunswick, including a redshirt season where he didn't play. So really just 1 year of action. Pitch is upstairs. 1-0. Sestawicki on first. Hops to his lead. And hops back. Next pitch, 2-0, throw down to first. The pickoff, not in time. So Tomasetto ahead in the count, 2-0, but he's 0 for 2 so far today. Hitting .372 on the summer thanks to a really good last couple weeks. This one's grounded to third, picked by Williams. He flips to second. This could be 2. Throw to first on the stretch is in time, and Tomasetto is retired. And a textbook 5-4-3 double play have quickly retired 2 batters in the bottom of the 5th as we creep ever closer to that 7th inning. A reminder that since this is a doubleheader, we only play 7 innings since this is game 2 of the doubleheader. Also, because we've completed 4, should the rain that's lurking around us kick up and get really, really bad, that will mean we've played enough to consider this a result. We have winner go home on the scoreboard, and I've been saying a lot because it is truly win and you're in. However, if in the event of a tie, we would have to play another game on Monday. So winner, it's much more win and you're in than win or go home. But if you don't win, you lose and you go home. This one's popped up foul, gloved by Williams on the third base line. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no men left, and we're cruising through 5 here at Moody. It's still 1-1. You're just kind of waiting for the other to shoot a drop, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Andrew Pedrick leading things off for the Kings. First pitch fouled back, shakes our camera. But keeps it still pretty well trained on that field. It's 1-1 in the top of the sixth. Both of these teams have just 6 outs in regulation to maybe snatch a lead. The 0-1 in there for a called strike. It's 0-2. The Kings 13-17-1. The Generals 12-16-2. This game, win and you're in. As this one's lined into right field, and Kalingo not going to come all the way in. He lets it drop in front of him, gloves it in, and fires it to second. That would have been a tough play to make, but he didn't take – his first step wasn't a step in, it was a step back, and that might have cost him any play on the ball.
Number 17.
So there's a runner on first as Pedrick is aboard to lead things off. First pitch to Williams is a called strike. Infield in, anticipating a potential bunt here. Second and third, both in. The 0-1. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, but over his head into center field. Gloved and flipped to second, but not in time. Could have been maybe a close-ish play there if it had really been taken on one hop strongly by Ploppard. So runners on first and second with nobody gone in the top of the sixth for the South Jersey Kings. And this spells a mound visit and could spell the end of Woodson's day. Throws 76 pitches, gives up 8 hits, but just 1 run. At least so far, only 1 run will go to his record. As he will hold the glove up to his face, walk his way back to the mound. Share a quick exchange and a pat on the back with Coach Mike Coryell. As it'll be a new pitcher coming in. It looks like it'll be Brown, but we'll give him a chance to warm up and go to break. There are runners on first and second. The Kings and the Generals tied at 1 in the top of the sixth, with the Kings hitting. Win and you're in. Lose and you go home. Tie and you play again. It's 1-1 here at Moody Park. Don't go anywhere. Back with you here at Moody. Andrew Brown, for the second game in a row, coming in to relieve the Generals starter. This time 1 inning earlier than he did it last game. But the way the rules work here in the ECCBL, As long as you don't pitch a certain number in your first appearance in doubleheader, you can come in for the second game. Creeping in to cover the bunt was Cano Pizzell. 30 is that number. So if you don't hit 30 in your first appearance, you can come back out. The 1-0. Way up and in. He gave Tufano a shave. And it's 2-0. Andrew Brown. That time misses inside. The next offering snaps up high, and that'll be ball 4. So Andrew Brown walks the first hitter he sees, and the bases with no outs are loaded in the top of the 6th for the South Jersey Kings. As we're going to get a quick meeting between head coach Tyler Kimmick and left fielder Austin Buchanan, who had a lovely over-the-shoulder grab to preserve the tie game innings prior. But now Buchanan steps up again in the right-handed batter's box, donning the coral and lime green cleats, certainly one of the color combinations of all time, in a big spot here as Andrew Brown looks for an escape hatch. The first pitch up high, 1-0. Brown comes set, kicks and fires. The 1-0 way inside. Could have skimmed Buchanan, but he got out of the way. Would have meant a run. Redshirt sophomore at Manhattan. Andrew Brown's 2-0. That one is in there for a called strike. Slightly delayed call, but everybody in the infield seemed to think that's what was going to occur. So a 2-1 count now faces Buchanan, who is 0 for 2 today. The pitch misses on the outside corner. It's 3-1. Over in the Gens bullpen, it looks like Ronan Wong getting some burn. The 3-1. Swing and a sharp ground ball to third. It gets past Hallett. Into the outfield, gloved by Bischoff. Runner's going to turn from third to home. Play at the plate. Not in time. Gets past Ayers, and the runners will advance. So 2 score on the single to left by Buchanan. He comes in a big spot for the South Jersey Kings. And the Kings take a 3-1 lead in the top of the 6th.
Number 26, shortstop, Ty Mercado.
Still nobody gone as Ty Mercado steps up. Brown's pitch, grounded foul. Coming set again is Brown. His next offering, chopped up the middle, glove, no, past the glove, this into the outfield again. And another run will score. Tufano makes his way home. Sestawicki couldn't pick it. And it's a 4-1 lead for the South Jersey Kings as they flip over the lineup card and Jordan Raba comes to the plate. Runners in the corners now for Raba as we're going to come out and get another mound visit. This could be a pitching change, but it probably won't be at least the first time they come out and talk to him. That was a tough play up the middle. Not an error by Sestawicki at all. A tough play for him to make. And he was moved in because of the runner on third. And hard for him to cut off the angle and snare that ball. But still got right past his glove. And the Kings land the first real big punch of this one. where a win would send them to the playoffs and send the Generals home early. But if there's one thing I have learned about the ECCBL in my first summer here, you never say never. 4-1 lead for the South Jersey Kings thanks to a pair of big RBI singles here in the top of the sixth. They're up to 10 hits as an offense as Coach Coryell was coming out to probably take the ball from Brown, but is now retreating back into the dugout as Wong will pick the ball back up in the bullpen and keep throwing. Home plate umpire says you got to finish the at-bat. So we all know this is probably the last batter that Brown will face today. Can he get him out? Runner goes from first to second. There is no throw. Ayer's too smart to fall for the old double steal. But it was a ball one. So it's a 1-0 count to Raba. As Mercado's over on second with Buchanan on third. That one popped up again, tailing over the third base bag and foul. So a 1-1 count. Facing Raba, who is 2 for 3 today. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball over to first and into the outfield. It's death by 1,000 knives. The ball just dies right in the beginning of the right field grass. The dive into second is not in time. Raba is safe. His uniform is dirty, but his smile is wide as the Kings have broken this game wide open with 5 runs in the top of the sixth. They lead 6-1 over the Generals thanks to a trio of ground balls to the outfield, and that looks like it'll be it for Andrew Brown's afternoon. The tall righty will walk his way to the dugout, and Ronan Wong will come in for Coach Mike Coryell in his first relief spot of the season, but not before. The damage is done. The Kings lead 6-1 over the Generals with nobody gone and a runner on second in the top of the sixth inning. It'll be Wong to warm up. We'll be back with you after this. So it is, in fact, Ronan Wong to come in and pitch for the Generals in the top of the sixth. Southpaw from Tufts University faces off against Dom and Zilla to get things going. Raba behind him on second base. The pitch bunted, popped up, moving over is Wong, and he gloves it for out number 1. As just like that, the Generals finally get their first out of the frame.
Number 1, right fielder, Eric Hartman.
And it'll bring up the right fielder, Eric Hartman. Is creeping closer and closer to batting around this inning are the South Jersey Kings. Here's the pitch. Low. It'll be 1-0. One out of Hartman. Gets the corner. 1-1 count. One. Again gets the corner. 1-2. Wong checks the runner. Is 1-2. Tickled foul.
This is after Bordentown got Gable for 4 runs in the first inning.
1-2. On the way. Poked the other way, above the glove of Hallett and into the outfield grass. Robba will dig around third. He'll head home. There will be a play at the plate. Rather, not one that's close as the ball gets away from Ayers. Backed up by Wong. But run number 6 across the board in the 6th inning. As the Kings just piling on here. As you can feel the season for the Trenton Generals slipping and slipping away. The sun's starting to peek away from the clouds. It's certainly shining down on one happy team, and that is the South Jersey Kings. 6 runs in the top of this frame with only 1 gone and a runner still on second. They lead 7-1. Wong's next pitch in the dirt. That one's low again, 2-0. Grounded foul, 2-1. Wong hails from Hong Kong. One of the most incredible, just in terms of scale and people and architecture and cultural cities in the world. And he also spends time in Boston, which exists. 2-1. So it's 3-1. Another hitter's count for the Kings. This one ripped into the gap. Moving over is Bischoff. He looks up, watches it fly, and it is off the fence. Hustling into second. A run will score. When it rains, it pours for the South Jersey Kings offense. They have plated 7 runs and are just going double after double after double. Another runner on second with only 1 gone, and another run across the board. It is 8-1 Kings in the top of the 6th. South Jersey, for all the struggles they've had in the last few weeks, feels like there have been bumps in the road. Danny Scullion, one of their best bats, hasn't showed up for them in a couple weeks. But the offense, not needing that all-star. They have put up 7 runs in the inning, 8 in the game, all behind 13 hits. And they are just seeing the ball so well right now. 1-1 from Wong. Checks the runner and fires. This one's lifted into the gap. Inkalingo moving back, and it's fair. Sliding in to pluck the ball is Inkalingo. Runners around third. He will score. And in a game that was knotted at 1 just 15 minutes ago, we have suddenly moved closer to mercy rule territory here in the 6th inning. It is 9-1 South Jersey with still just 1 gone. At first, it was the singles that were killing the Generals in this inning. The Kings seemed to find a way through this infield, getting little gaps past diving gloves of first baseman and shortstops and third baseman, and then the barrage came. 3 straight moonshots to the outfield, 2 of them doubles, 1 of them a long single, as that wild pitch will advance the runner to second. And it's just demonstrative of kind of the way the season's gone so far for the Trenton Generals. There were moments of hope and glimmers of sunshine, but ultimately all it took was 1 bad half inning, and they trail 9-1. The 2-1 from Wong. Inside. This one's lined, outfield ball. Gloved on by Bischoff. He'll flip it in. And the runners have made their way to the corners. First time in seemingly a million years the Kings have made hard contact but haven't netted a run. Still, they get runners in the corners and with 1 gone. As we're going to get a mound visit from Coach Mike Coryell with his pitcher, Ronan Wong. And there's just, at this point, you know, not a lot to even say. The Trenton Generals, 12-16-2. Needed a win here today to advance directly to the playoffs. A tie would have had them playing again on Monday to fight for their lives, but the 6th inning has been a nightmare from beginning to end. An 8-run spot, still just 1 gone. Runners in the corners. As Ronan Wong just doing his best to get out of it. He comes set and fires. Low, ball 1. His next pitch also in the dirt. Wong collects. 2-0. Dirt ball again. No strikes yet in this at-bat after 3 pitches. Generals started off this year 5-4 and kind of hovered around the 500 mark for a while, but a tough stretch in the start of July. They lost 4 in a row. Swept by the Caps and the Mams in back-to-back doubleheaders, as that one's in there for a called strike. Before just struggling to pick up a series win for the rest of the year. They split with the Kings in a doubleheader on Tuesday. They lost by 1 to the Capitals on Thursday, and despite taking Game 1 in the doubleheader against the Kings today, barring a miraculous comeback, their season might end today. 3-2 count, runners in the corners. Wong fires, and it's a swing and a miss. He got him. As Tufano is retired, and Buchanan will step up. For the South Jersey Kings. And you're looking at a lineup that is strong. By no means is weak. By no stretch of the imagination is a weak lineup. But it's a team that when you look at the runs scored, they're second to last. They've scored 121 runs on the season heading into this game, just ahead of the Electric City Express, who have 5 wins. They're 10 runs short of the Trenton Capitals, who are lower than them, or were lower than them for the longest time in the standings before a late hot streak pushed them past, as there's a big swing and a miss from Buchanan. But just today was their day. Big swing and a miss for Buchanan there. And the count's even at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a 9-1 ball game in the top of the 6th. Win and you're into the playoffs between these two squads. Runners in the corners, they hop to their leads. The pitch. Swing, poked into the gap, carrying. Bischoff won't get there. It lands, and it gets right past his glove. Moving around third and coming home. This could be a close play, but the throw not on line, and the Kings net 2 more as they have pushed this to an 11-1 lead and mercy rule classification. So unless the Generals can score in the bottom of the 6th, they will have been mercy ruled in a game that was tied 20 minutes ago. One of the most incredible half innings of offense we've seen all summer in the ECCBL. Buchanan nets a pair on the double. Wong's next pitch, outside. Or rather, Buchanan's swing will go down as a single. And a throwing error by Bischoff. This one's grounded to third, knocked down by Hallett. He'll fire across the diamond. That one sails over the head of Canopazel and right off the fence. Runners will advance. Second and third as the throw goes into the outfield. And Buchanan will come home. To say the wheels have fallen off the bus would be putting it lightly for the Trenton Generals, who just have seemingly lost all control. So another run is plated on a comedy of errors from Generals fielders, and now Jordan Raba up for the second time this inning. Long's pitch to him is outside. One 0 in the dirt.
Total 17. Oh shit, I gave him a run. Nope.
1-0. Line sharply. Is it fair? Yes, it is. Inside the white line. Raba's going to dig around first, head to second. And for the second time in this inning, Raba has a stand-up double that scores at least a run. It is 13-1 Kings as they continue to just tee off in the top of the 6th. They're up to 12 runs in the frame now.
Number 33,
As
catcher Dom Inzilla.
every time you think it might be over, the Kings come back with a swing that just lands in the outfield grass. No hits bigger than a single or a double in this inning. No home runs, no triples. Just a chain of RBIs. Wong's 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. The nightmare, at least for now, is over as the Trenton Generals get out of the 6th, but not before. And I say this with a capital D. The damage is done. The Kings score 12 runs on 12 hits with 3 errors to take a 12-run lead in a game that was tied at 1 heading into the frame. It is South Jersey 13, Trenton 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th. If the Generals do not score 3 runs, the game is over.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital X-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
Thomas Cano-Pizzell is up first for the Trenton Generals, as after maybe one of the most unbelievable half innings of offense we've ever seen, the Generals will need to top that somehow if they want to make this a ball game. If they want to play a seventh inning, they got to score 3, and it starts right here with Cano-Pizzell, who fouls that one off to make it an 0-2 count. Cano-Pizzell 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single. Fouls that one away again. It looks like in to pitch, I believe, is Danny Snyder.
Picking up the pitching change for the Kings.
It is. It's the All-Star.
On the bump is number 34, Danny Snyder.
Stockton University junior, Mount Laurel, New Jersey native. Trying to just close things out here. The 0-2. Can't catch the outside corner. It's 1-2. Snyder's 1-2. Outside. Two-two. Hit high and hanging, but coming back is Mercado. He's called off, and the catch is made by Pedrick. Excuse me, rather Raba. And there's out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 27, right fielder, Donato Incolingo.
And this will bring up Donato Incolingo, who could be stepping to the plate for the last time this season for the Trenton Generals. And if he wants to at least move himself closer to first in a all-time in a single season record for home runs in a summer, he's going to have to hit 3 in this at-bat to tie it, but he can break the tie. He's currently tied in second with 6. If he hits 1, at least he holds second all to himself. He's behind the count 0-1. Snyder's pitch gets him crossed up. It's 0-2. Snyder kicks and fires the 0-2. This one's lifted into left. Carrying could get down, and it will. So not a long ball, but one that at least drops, as Donato Incolingo is aboard. And Chris Salmon will come in to hit.
Pitch hitting 4, Chris Salmon.
It'll be Chris, so it will be, yeah, it'll be Chris Salmon to come in and pinch hit. Pardon the stutter. I'm a little surprised he's coming in for Hallett. But it's a left-right matchup. And Salmon has another game to go to right after this for Legion. So you got to think he'll be in and out of here, hopefully, for his sake, pretty quickly. No 2 count facing him now. And Kalingo steps to his lead. The pitch to Salmon, line sharply in, fair, just inside the right field line. And Kalingo is going to wheel around second. He'll head for third. He'll get there standing. Salmon will stand on the second base bag. So Salmon takes off his gloves after netting himself that double. As in Kalingo is now on third. So runners on second and third for the Gens, who, again, need to score 3 runs to at least play a 7th inning because they're in Mercy Rule territory at this point. And we're only playing 7 because it's the second game of a doubleheader. A 13-1 game in favor of the South Jersey Kings as that pitch is outside. 1-0. Snyder kicks and fires. In the dirt, 2-0.
So if they had not played Nick, if he had just sat on the bench, they'd have been okay. Even though he was active on their roster.
2-0 count.
Should they have not put him on?
Inside, 3-0. As Bischoff tries to just fight for an appearance on the base path. He's 0 for 2 today. This is his 3rd at-bat of the game. Here's the pitch to him. Ball 4 low. And a 4-pitch walk has juiced up these bases for the Trenton Generals as they, as they aim to just claw back in maybe one of the most unimaginable ways we've ever seen. It'll be up to Timmy Martinez. Tall right-handed bat heading to South New Hampshire next year. First pitch to him in there for a called strike. Bases loaded with 1 away, the 0-1. This one is hit high, but not very threatening. It'll be caught by Buchanan, and there will be no attempt to tag. And Kalingo, not really a speed guy, and you don't want to pick up your 3rd out too early. And so now down to their last out are the Trenton Generals. As the lineup card flips over, and it'll be Jack Ploppert, the center fielder, and the right-handed bat, facing off against Dan Snyder. Bases loaded for Ploppert. The first pitch is a ground ball into the gap. This will score at least 1. Salmon will hold at third, and Ploppert is aboard. As the Generals get at least 1 back. So it'll bring up Justin Sestawicki, the shortstop, to try to keep this chain going and pull off one of the greatest 2-out rallies I've ever seen. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball off the catcher's mask. Snyder on the bump for the South Jersey Kings. He had a blown save about 2 weeks ago against the Mercer Mammoth. Since that blown save, has not given up more than 1 earned run in an appearance. The 0-1. Chopped right back to him, pings off his glove, carrying high, throw to first, in time. And that's the game. The South Jersey Kings ride a 12-run 6th inning to Mercy Rule. The Trenton Generals in just 6 innings in Game 2 of our doubleheader here at Moody Park. That will do it for the Gens season. They are eliminated from playoff contention. The Kings will play in the play-in game next week. Just an incredible game. Really just all encompassed by a 12-run sixth inning by the South Jersey Kings. It's hard to give Toyota Player of the Game to really one guy. So this might be breaking the rule. Ben Chavik might get mad at me for it. But Toyota Player of the Game is the entire offense. It's the entire offense. They hit 18 base hits. 18. They netted 13 runs, and they did it all without the long ball. They fell behind 1-0 early. But a big, big sixth inning from the South Jersey Kings secures them a victory in Game 2 and secures them a playoff spot over the Trenton Generals. The Kings end the regular season 14-17-1. The Generals fall to 12-17-2. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this broadcast. It's been one of the most entertaining games beginning to finish that we've had all season. We are back at Moody just one more time this year. The play-in games next week. We'll be with you in Quakertown for the semifinals and at Arm & Hammer Stadium in Trenton for the big old grand finale. Nobody here joining me today, so for just myself, I am Luke Lendler. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this one. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you next time.